Hi there, my name's Michael. So in this video I'm going to go over how to get bends and vibrato into your playing a bit more and how to put some real life and emotion into your playing. Okay, so in the wee demo there, that was just a bit of Parisian walkways in the background. And I was just doing some simple-ish licks, nothing too fancy, but some of those licks will come up in what I'm going to show you now. And it shows you that I didn't really do loads and loads of fancy stuff. I just used a few licks and really milked the value out of them. So that's what I want you to get out of this. So as we go through this, whatever you're playing on, you can do this on acoustic guitar, by the way. If you're more of an acoustic player or a beginner player, just do what you can on your acoustic guitar. If you know things called the 5 A minor pentatonic scales, then this will give you a bit more understanding of how to use them. If you just know something that's called A minor pentatonic, that's okay. Just focus on trying to get out of the video what you can. So that's the first lick we're going to look at, and we're going to get real used to this configuration all over the neck, okay? So for the most part here, what I want you to focus on is using your third and first finger. These guys are going to be working in a group a lot wherever you are in the fretboard. So any of the bent notes, I'm going to encourage you to get your third finger as the lead finger when you're bending the note. So we have to bend this 7th fret here of the 3rd string. Get that second finger working together with it, and you can also get the first finger working as well. So they're all on that string to help this guy out getting the purchase on the note. So that's important. Bending like this is very tense. You know, I find a lot of tension in that. It's kind of sore actually, and it's harder to get the bend to the pitch that you want. So in this case, we want that pitch created from this note. And trying to get up there with just one finger, that's rather tough. So if I was teaching you in person, that's what I would pretty much make you do anyway. So try and go with it. So we're going to bend this note, just push it up as much as you can and as best as you can to match that note. So we're going to try and use the tension of the string to our advantage here. Now I can remember when I first started doing bends, I think I pretty much broke a string straight away. So if that happens, don't worry, strings break, that's why we'll have spares. So as you push that string up, you feel the tension in your hand from the string. Let it fall back down to return the bend to the point you bent it from. Just let that tension fall out, and then you can let it return to pitch. So use it to your advantage. Now for all this kind of bends and vibrato thing, it's okay to have the thumb poking up over the top like that. It gets you a bit more purchase on the notes. For like more scale or sequence stuff, I think it's better to have it down the back, but for this stuff, you can poke it up proudly over the top there. Then just finish the lick off by playing 5 on the 3rd string. And then we'll talk about vibrato on this note here. Now, all the same stuff you're doing with a bent note, you're pretty much doing the same stuff when you apply vibrato to a note. It's just a bit less tense. So again, I would recommend get that 3rd finger working for you. Put the 1st and 2nd finger behind it so they're working in tandem as a group. And all you're doing is pick the note, let it ring for a little second, and then manipulate the string. So in this case, you're pulling it down a little bit and letting it return to the point it came from. Again, use the tension in the string to your advantage. And in my opinion, Gary Moore has the best vibrato ever, at least from my point of view. He's got my favourite vibrato. Yngwie Malmsteen would be second to him, but you know, as an Ulsterman, I'm biased. Now, what you're doing here is small, even movements. Think of the sea on a nice calm ocean, okay? If you imagine the waves on the sea, think of nice even waves, okay? Nice even waves. That's what I think makes vibrato sound really good. If you keep it kind of slow and even and classy is the word I always think of when I think of Gary Moore's vibrato. Now you can increase the speed at which you manipulate the string as you get more proficient at this. But I would encourage you to be relaxed and think of even movements if you're looking to improve your vibrato at the minute. Now you can do vibrato like this. Real kind of frantic and uneven and stuff. If you like the sound of that, go with it. That's not what I'm teaching here though, okay? That wouldn't be what I would do. But if you like it, doesn't matter what I think, you go with it. Now then, that lick, we're going to be moving around the neck. So once you can do that, you'll really be able to apply it heavily into your playing. So the next lick is the same lick, started on a different point in the neck. Now this is going to feel different because we're using a different part of the neck, different strings, there's going to be different tension and feeling. But check it out, it's the same lick. And you might be thinking, well Michael, why would I do that? There's a big difference in the sound of those licks. Here it sounds a bit more bassy, I would say. Down there it sounds a bit more trebly and high gain. So it's whatever you like the sound of. And you want to explore your instrument. You don't want to just be stuck in this pentatonic box for forever. So even though we're playing the same notes in the scale, you're using a different part of the neck and you're literally opening your horizons. So that's why I would encourage you to practice these licks all over the neck. And I've given you the tab to do that anyway. So when you're playing whatever section of the neck you're in, in that case you use your middle finger there, by the way, for that ending note. But think of all the same techniques and advice that I was giving you in the first lick there. Now let's play the same lick, and this would be what's called the 3rd position of the A minor pentatonic scale. And you're going to notice some similarities. Same lick, just in an even more kind of bassy area of the neck. And again, it feels totally different. So if you want to be a real good guitar player or just a competent player, you need to be able to play at different points in the neck and get used to the different feel. Now we'll go on to the skinny strings. This is the same lick. It's in position 2 of the A minor pentatonic scale, but it's going to sound higher in pitch now. And then what I encourage you to do is start trying it all in different positions. So let's say I'll go here, 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 and here for all the licks so far. And it's not easy to make them sound good. I remember it well when you're trying to get this bend technique and your vibrato might not sound as good as you want. You know, it takes time to get used to the different feel and to train your ear to know what sounds good. So don't practice these licks just in one spot, do them all over the neck. That's why I put all those in the tab for you. Next one is the same lick as down here, but what's called in a higher octave. So it will feel similar. But again, just slightly different. You know, it's a tighter spot in the neck compared to a big wide point in the neck. So again, just get used to how it feels. Here's another one that's getting a bit tight up here. And let's see, let's practice them all. I'm going to go from here all the way up to there. Now if you're an acoustic player, that's probably as far as you're going to get fret 15, 12 to 15. So stuff past it, don't worry about it, just take what you can for your own playing. For those of you that have 22 frets, you might have 24, you can do this lick right up in the dusty end. And if you're like me, that's going to be a bit tight, so you can change the position you're sitting in just to get right up there. And in that case, it's going to be awkward using the first and third finger, so maybe just go with the first and second. Just do your best with that. So let's go to the other extreme now. Same lick. This is just the same lick everywhere. Isn't that cool? But we're going to be right down in these thick strings, so things change a bit here. Very cool, very bluesy. Now, if you're doing a bend on this fifth string, you can push it up that way, but I think it gets a bit awkward and you might push the string off the fretboard itself. So I would actually recommend doing your bend by pulling down. And it is a little trickier to find the pitch doing it that way. There we go. Just, it doesn't feel quite as natural, but it's definitely worth practicing. And then we'll take that same lick, but do it in a higher octave, up at fret 17 now. So this will be a bit tight. So there we go, that was one lick that we started with here and we practiced it all over the neck. Lots of different feelings and tension and using your ear to get used to getting it to sound as good as you can in the different parts of the neck. So if you're struggling a bit with bends and vibrato, or even if you're rather good at it, this is a real good activity to go through to get you more comfortable with it so that you can put it in your playing and your playing will sound really good, really classy. Put a bit more emotion and fire into your playing. Now then, we'll do a new lick and I'll show you a few places you can play it, just taking the same concept as before. And of course you can come up with your own licks and do all this stuff too. So all the same stuff I've been saying applies. Now, this is in your good old A minor pentatonic box. And I would always say to people to use your little fingers for those bigger stretches. But in this case, you can do pinky bends if you're brave. You know, it's definitely cool to have that in your playing, but you're probably going to get rid of the pinky and do that big old bend with the third finger again. So let's take that lick, but we can do it in a new position. This is actually position 3 of the A minor pentatonic, but same lick, it just feel a bit different. Then let's do another one. This will be a very usable one if you're an electric guitar player because it's up in a comfortable part of the neck. So this is the same lick, just in what's called a higher octave, and this is position 4 of your A minor pentatonic. Again, just a different feel. One more then. So we're going to go up into the dusty end again. We'll have to go up to fret 20 here to do this one. And again up here, you might just use your first and second finger on the middle strings there. Might be a bit tight getting that third finger around. Okay, cool. So this shows you how to take just some not too fancy blues rock licks and get a lot of technique value out of it by playing all over the neck, getting to know the fretboard, getting to know the feel. That's a big word of how it feels in different points on the neck. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Whatever level you're at, if you're like an acoustic beginner player or a more advanced player, you can get a lot of value out of this. Just take the bits you understand and start applying it. And you know what, use your ear. Practice these techniques, and if you like how they sound, you know, if it sounds good to you, that's cool. If it sounds good, it's good, so go with it. Okay, so I'll see you again soon. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe for some more videos because I'd love to do more like this for you.